Welcome to Jason on English. Let's look at discourse patterns. This time, saying no. This is a little different from previous discourse pattern lessons we've had. Let's take a look. Negative responses. A negative response will usually include the word no.
Can you speak German?
No, I can't.
Do you have a pet?
No, I don't. There are some situations when you should not use no. Requests.
Could you open the window?
No. That's very rude. Invitations.
Would you like to see a movie?
No. That's also very rude. In these situations, requests, invitations, these are not really yes-no questions. I'm not trying to get information when I ask, could you open the window? I'm not trying to learn something about you when I ask, would you like to see a movie? These are different from yes-no questions. They don't need a yes or a no for the response. Refusing requests. When we give a negative response to a request, we call it refusing. You can refuse to do something for someone. Use this pattern. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but reason, excuse. When you begin with I'm sorry, it's very clear this is a negative response. Your partner will understand that you are giving a negative response, and also your partner will feel you are polite because you didn't begin with no. Example.
Could you work on Sunday?
Refuse.
I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I have to help my mother.
Let's practice this. Repeat after me.
I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I have to help my mother.
Practice.
Could you move these boxes?
Excuse. Back pain. How can you refuse this request? I'll read the request again, and I want you to say your response. Then I'll show you my response. It might be different from yours, but that's okay, as long as you follow the pattern. Could you move these boxes? Let's check my idea.
I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I hurt my back.
Let's practice another. Could you check my report? Excuse, busy. Listen to the request again, and then say your idea for refusing this request. After that, I'll show you my idea. Could you check my report? Here's my idea.
I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I have no time now.
As long as you follow the pattern, beginning with I'm sorry and finishing with an excuse or a reason for refusing, you can politely give a negative response in this situation. Declining invitations. When we give a negative response to an invitation, we call it declining. You can decline something someone wants to do with you. Use this pattern. I'm sorry. It sounds fun. It sounds interesting. But reason, excuse. Please repeat the pattern after me. I'm sorry. It sounds fun. Or it sounds interesting. But common excuses. I have an appointment. This is usually something like business. For example, you have to go to the dentist or you have to go to the hair salon. I have plans. This is something personal, maybe with family or friends. I have a plan. Don't say this. There's no a. It's not single. You should say I have plans. And don't say I have a schedule. That's not natural English. I have to. I'm not really into ing. So please repeat these common excuses. I have an appointment. I have plans. I have to. I'm not really into. When you make an excuse, it doesn't have to be true and you don't have to give details. It's clear when you say, I'm sorry, that you're declining the invitation. It's polite to include your excuse or your reason, but you don't have to give any detail. And if you're not interested in the invitation, the excuse doesn't have to be true. Here's an example. Do you want to have dinner tonight? Decline. I'm sorry. It sounds nice, but I already have plans. In the pattern for the negative response, the second line usually has something positive. I want to do it, but you can say it sounds fun, it sounds nice, it sounds interesting. There are lots of options. Please repeat this example. I'm sorry. It sounds nice, but I already have plans. Let's practice. Would you like to go to a concert on Saturday? Excuse. Work. Please imagine your negative response. Now I'll show you my example. Would you like to go to a concert on Saturday? Oh, I'm sorry. It sounds fun, but I have to work. This time, I'll read the invitation and you can practice saying the negative response. Would you like to go to a concert on Saturday? Okay, let's practice another. Do you want to go hiking on Sunday? Excuse. Don't like hiking. Please imagine your negative response. Let's check my idea. I'm sorry. It sounds fun, but I'm not really into hiking. Please repeat after me. I'm sorry. It sounds fun, but I'm not really into hiking. If you practice this pattern, it's very similar for both situations. Begin with I'm sorry, finish with a reason or an excuse. In the middle, show that you're interested, show that you want to, but something is stopping you. For requests, I'm sorry, I wish I could, but. For invitations, I'm sorry, it sounds fun, it sounds nice, it sounds interesting, but. Thank you for watching. If you like, please watch this video again and practice giving negative responses politely.